All right, let's talk about it. So, welcome to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the first month of van life and kind of what went into it and how it's been, basically. I'm really kind of doing this for me as a way to remember a lot of the stuff because so much happens and I just want to be able to remember it for the future. But if you enjoy the shorts that I make and also these update videos, and then I'm gonna probably make other videos along the way, then just follow along, subscribe, whatever you want to do. I've got like an outline, so I'm just gonna read off that sometimes. So if I'm not looking at the camera, I'm either thinking or I'm reading. One of those two. Anyways, so why I started van life in the first place. I think a lot of people relate to this, that the 9-to-5 life just kind of sucks at times. And I think it comes from like a place of privilege a little bit. Like I was able to save money because I moved home after school and I wasn't charged rent. So like I could save a lot of money and I was able to kind of have this decision. Like, okay, I could spend a couple years traveling if I wanted to and not make money, even though that's not the goal. But more than that, it was just like the lifestyle. I didn't like picturing the future and thinking like, okay, 40 years of coming to an office every day and like thinking about how I would feel about that in the future really like made me want to figure out a way out of it. So I saved as much as I could so that I could do something like this. And then at the beginning of the year, I just like had this desire to travel more and have more adventure. And then even as a kid, I definitely wanted more as well. Like I would watch these types of videos of people going out and traveling in a van or just traveling as a lifestyle. I never thought that I would actually do it, but then I just decided that I would try, because what's the worst case scenario? Like I'll have some cool stories, I'll have some skills from building this and going out on my own and doing stuff. I didn't really see it as like negative. I could only see like positives. And I think the regret of not doing it would be worse. So I went for it. And then there's two more reasons. The next reason that I decided to do it was I wanted to prioritize more passions. I have some projects that I like to do on the side, and working the 9-to-5 really took up a lot of the time that I could be putting towards these projects that could be worth it in the future. My schedule was packed. Like I would wake up in the morning, work out, and then I'd go to work, and then I'd come home, and then you're drained. Like all your creative energy went into building something for somebody else when you should be saving some creative energy for your own stuff to build yourself. And so that was a big reason to do it as well. And there's no better time than now. I'm 25 and I don't have a significant other. I don't have kids. Like I don't have a ton of like things to tether me to a place. I don't own a home. Like I could do it now and there would be no real repercussions. Like I can go back and get another job if I need to. There's always like, I think a lot of fear holds people back, and I was scared to do this, but I minimized the fear as much as I could with like facts, and then I went for it. So that's why I decided to do van life. So I have no experience in building anything, so like doing this was also a big undertaking. I tend to just make decisions and just go for it and go one step at a time, because if you think too much about something, then it's just gonna hold you back and you're gonna overanalyze. I got the van in April. It took probably like 3 weeks to get the van. And it's also the first time I've bought a car from somebody other than family. So going through the whole process of like the paperwork and going back and forth, they were like 30 minutes away from me. So it was a lot of back and forth, and you have to go to the DMV and then you got to go back to pick it up and all that stuff. But yeah, this really pushed me to try something new and try something hard that was intimidating and difficult. And I like that kind of stuff. I like to push myself, as you'll see through all these videos. Like I'm training for an ultra marathon now, so it's like I just enjoy pushing myself out of my comfort zone, and I like the idea of where I'll end up because of that. But the van isn't quite finished. I had to leave because I had to get to Nashville to visit friends, but the ceiling still needs to get done. There's no running water. The solar panels aren't there. Like there's a bunch of stuff that I still have to do, but it's livable, and it's a great time to practice minimalism and like not needing things or desiring the lifestyle inflation. Like I literally deflated my lifestyle so that I could live off of less and feel like the experience is what really brings the value. It's not the things that you have. So I'm really just embracing that kind of mindset through this. And it's been cool. All right, the first month on the road. I'm gonna sit back for this part. Oh. So the first month on the road has been kind of crazy because it's been a lot of driving. Obviously, I live in a van, I guess. But like, I feel like in the future, I'll be like pausing in places longer. But right now I'm going from city to city, like I'm just seeing as much as I can, but also like I have events that I'm trying to get to. So for now, it's just kind of like a lot of traveling. I went to Nashville for a long weekend with my friends. I made a recap short for that, so it's on the channel. I'm so happy that we did that. It's the second year that I put together something for my friends to meet up. A few years ago, I read a book about the regrets that people have before they die. And it was a guy that went and interviewed a bunch of wise old people, and one of the regrets they had was that they didn't spend more time with their friends. So like, I've made it a point that after college, I'm trying to get my friends together as much as possible and experience with them. That way, like by the end of our lives, we have like 50 long weekends of just like absolute fun together, and hopefully it continues. But this was year 2, so it was awesome. We went to Nashville, super fun. I highly recommend you go to Nashville. Then I went to Tennessee to visit family in Virginia. We went to the Massanutten resort thing. It was awesome. It was nice to see them, because that's the biggest drawback from this experience, is like not having my family around, because I love my family, my parents, my sister, my nephew. Like, it's just, I just knew that I had to do this for myself. This was my excuse to probably leave, because otherwise, like, I wasn't just gonna go move to a city on my own, because like that seems like a bigger jump than this for me. I don't know, that's just my brain. I went to Pittsburgh with my sister. That was awesome. We toured around there a bunch. We got to like chat and talk a lot more, because it's so easy to be distracted, but we were able to just kind of be there together, and it was nice. And then I went on a little tour of Ohio, and then I'm currently moving back through West Virginia and Virginia, heading back to DC for an event that I've got, and I'll talk more about that in the September update. But yeah, this is just for August, so tune back in next month for that video. How about that? A big part of my life is training. I'm training for an ultra marathon right now and a marathon, but I'm able to like train more consistently and take breaks when I'm tired of working, and go stretch and do all the things that I need to do. Oh, there's a plane. Pause 1 second. Oh, maybe not. False alarm. But I was able to PR in my half marathon. I went just under 1:30, so I was super happy with that. I'm on my way, and I feel like I'm getting faster, so that's really cool. And then finally, the lessons learned so far. This is just some of them, I think, but I kind of want to chronicle this over time and just kind of share the growth that I've had, or at least be able to look back on it and like have tangible things that I learned from this experience. There's a lot of planning involved. You wouldn't realize that, but like, you have to find a sleeping spot every night, where to shower, the next destinations. You're constantly planning things, which can like take up a lot of mental space, but I think you get kind of used to it, and there's apps that can help you. I think happiness is just aligning with your values and lifestyle more. Like, when you're living a way that doesn't align with those values and the lifestyle that you desire, then it's just like a deficit, and it's a constant like pulling or pushing against something that you don't want there. So like, living this way has felt a lot easier, because I'm able to be more selfish. I have more freedom, and I have more solitude to just kind of think about things. I can reflect more on my own life. I can reflect on other people's lives that are meaningful to me, like the people I love. And then I'm able to like listen to books and podcasts on my drives. Like, it's just, the isolation is also kind of freeing in a way, because you can really think about the things that matter to you, if that makes any sense. Another crazy thing is that the days have felt really long, but like in a really good way too. I have so much more novelty in my day-to-day that my brain is constantly taking in more information, and so the days feel super long, but I'm able to do so much more work, it feels like, and I'm able to also like push towards my goals that I have. So it's been really eye-opening to use the time as best I can and to be as efficient as possible, because also like, I don't have distractions. I don't have anything holding me back. So whenever I'm bored, if that's even that, I don't think I've gotten bored, but like, even if I was bored, I could just edit another video. I could just work on something new. Like, it's just, I'm able to just work more without any guilt around it or any distractions. So it's been really cool. And then last but not least, confidence. I've never really struggled with it per se. I've always been kind of a confident person. I've had evidence to like make myself confident as well. But being out here really shows like how impermanent everything is. Like, you just meet a bunch of strangers and then you'll never see them again. So you can just be confident in the moment, because at the end of the day, like, the only approval that you need is your own. And like, and with this lifestyle, if you make a fool of yourself, it doesn't matter, because you literally just leave and you'll never see these people again. So it's kind of freeing for that. And I think you can just kind of be yourself to the nth degree. There's nothing holding you back. So anyways, that's my recap of August right there. And I think I'll make some longer form videos for some adventures that I'm gonna go on as well. But at the very least, I'm gonna do a monthly recap because these aren't too hard to put together, and I'm gonna want that for my future and for my future kids, that they can look at this and see what Dad did. So also, to all the people that do watch this and stuck around to this point, then you must like me because because this is definitely a boring video for most people. But if you did enjoy it and you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button because that would be nice. There's no real reason, but yeah. All right, I'll see you next month. Bye.